YouTube, how you doing? I'm not doing too bad. I'm relaxing at the moment. Using my massage chair. Wonderful, wonderful piece of technology. Spectacular, in fact. Oh yeah. Always nice to relax. So the other thing I was going to say, tidbits and pieces I've been reading about tech on the internet. Some interesting tech coming along, or has been coming along on and off on my Facebook. I've been seeing some shit that looks interesting. People. Where is it? If I can find it. Sorry, I am uploading a video at the moment, so my internet is a teensy bit slow at this point in time. Come on, give it to me. Give it to me, give it to me, give it. And it's not going to fucking load, you prick. I'll refresh the page. Okay, I saw this interesting article which was actually on, it wasn't an article, it was actually a video of a cockpit-based, well, basically the fuselage of the back of the plane ejects and then is pretty much ridden to the ground with parachutes, which is a fantastic idea, to be honest, for planes. I completely agree with it. I think it's a fundamental idea that should be implemented on every single aircraft that's currently in use, even future aircraft for that matter. What else? I haven't been looking into much PC tech lately, mainly because at this point my budget for PC tech is sort of on a bit of a scale of not very high at the moment, so later on when I start getting in, I'm looking forward to the AMD Zen processor. That looks cool. Looks pretty good. From the distance that I'm seeing it... Oh, sorry, I apologize. I'm a big headache at the moment. Ow. It's looking interesting at this point because, mainly, a couple of reasons. Supposedly from a lot of the benchmarks, it's supposed to be pretty damn good in the sense of what it can get out of it and what it's going to be capable of. I don't know whether the technology is actually going to go through or not. We'll see what happens when the Zen does come around. It is 2016. This is when they were going to make their big announcements, or AMD was going to make their big announcements on processors. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't have anything against Intel at all. I have nothing against Intel. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to badmouth and I'm not going to pluck Intel until it to be a pain in the ass, because to be honest, Intel is not a bad chip, regardless. I use Intel. I use a combination of Intel. I use a combination of Intel combined with what's my current? Intel combined with AMD. I do have a lot of AMD in my house. My chip is an AMD. My dad's is, and my nephew's is, because they're all pretty much hand-me-down chips from when I had my original AMD chips. So pretty much between that, what would I say is my favourite? I don't know. See, this Skylake one looks okay, but then there's a couple of other interesting chips that look pretty interesting too. I've looked at some of the different i7 chips, and they're not too bad. I like the 8-core chip, which is the 50. I think it's the 5887. I don't know the brand name. Anyway, the 8-core chip that they brought out, which was an enthusiast grade chip, which looked fantastic, but fuck me, the price is unbelievably expensive. I'm sorry, but I'm a budget conscious gamer, and I'm going to go with the best possible price in my situation, especially because I can't always, flourishly, or throw my money around it pretty much. Yeah. Look, I'm going to criticize Intel for the price. Their price can sometimes be totally outrageous, when the truth is, I mean, AMD and, can take AMD and Intel chips into account. They do about the same amount of work, in the sense of workload and capabilities in most cases. Maybe the Intel chips come out a little bit more on top in some cases, but, they're much of a muchness, really. Alright? At the end of it, they're a CPU, they're a processor. They all do the same job, and they all function in much the same way. or very similar to each other. Now, at the end of it, I just think the price that they sometimes charge is a little ridiculous, especially when they go overboard on to the extent where it's like, they'll fucking blow you away pretty much in the sense of price. Nvidia or ATI? I would say Nvidia because most of the time I've had a pretty positive experience with Nvidia. Only recently, when trying to update to Windows 10, did I have a crap load of fucking issues with Nvidia. But this was due to a driver. Now, the only thing that I do fully want to get pissed off with, and I have been pissed off with in the past, is simply the fact that they could have, and they could have honestly fixed it in an earlier driver. They could have done a much better job. I don't know whether it was partly... I mean, I'm thinking it was a little bit related to Windows 10, in the sense that Windows 10 had some bugs and glitches that needed to be fixed. That was sort of the key issue here when it came to NVIDIA drivers and SLI, particularly SLI. Two video cards tied together, yeah, definitely, there was some big issues there. Now, at the other side of it too, I also believe, and I will be honest, I believe that, but I also sort of contemplated in my own head, I'm thinking, okay, hold on a second, they could have fixed it in an earlier driver revision. Truthfully, they really could. I'm sorry, but it just seems like, why the hell would you take so damn long to fix the problem, you know? I'm sorry, it doesn't fly with me. I know programming is not the easiest thing, and it can be tedious, it can be boring, and sometimes it can be outright fucking annoying trying to find the single problem that is causing all the issues that you're having. But, look, at the end of it, I know it could have been fixed earlier if people were a bit more stringent with things, a bit more strict. Look, in any case, my point is, as I said, I did have some issues before with NVIDIA. NVIDIA seemed to be coming back into the game and getting a little more with it. Now, ATI cards. Do I have anything against ATI cards? No. As a consumer, no. I probably, if it really came down to it and I could find an ATI card that was nice performance, nice level, and it wasn't too expensive, something in like the probably about the 770 range of what you would say on the NVIDIA in the sense of performance. The 970, the 970, yeah. The 970, which is the current card. Now, if I could find a card in the current range of ATI cards, yeah, that sort of perform on that same level, yeah, I probably wouldn't have a problem going with an ATI card. To be honest, I don't have anything against ATI. I've never really bought into the more expensive cards in the ATI. I mean, I haven't invested in a card for a while, and the main cards that I invested in, which are currently in my rig, which is the 770s. My two 770s is an SLI. So yeah, that's pretty much that. In the sense of, you know, if I'm going to choose, if I'm going to be specific, I would probably go with NVIDIA. But I'm willing to try ATI and see what the ATI performance level is like. If I can get something on the same level that I've got with my two 770s, sure, I'm happy to do that. I'm happy to go for that, to be honest. Now look, at the end of it, I try my best. I try my best to be unbiased when it comes to computer parts. Certain brands I will pick, though. I will say that most of the time I will always try to pick a particular brand. I favour particular brands. Corsair Memory, always good. Asus motherboards, always good. I mean, I've had a couple of little negative experiences over the years with the Asus motherboards, but it's mostly when you bought the lower range ones. And a lot of the boards are getting really well built these days. Now, is it a perfect system? No, but some of these new brands which have been coming out that I've been seeing at a lot of the Computex and all these places and things of that nature, they look interesting too. Some of these brands are up and coming, so to see the future of these brands and the potential of them becoming actual brands that you're going to be more likely to put in your machine looks cool. It actually looks like a cool concept, and it could be really, really good towards the future to see exactly where these brands go. And some of these brands were quite nice. I mean, I'm going to be honest. Noctua fans, NZXT with certain things, and there's even some Windforce. Oh god, I can't remember the name of them. Windforce cases or something like that. There's certain cases that are coming out, like really cool looking cases. Like they're fantastically, well built, look really nice, and they have a really cool design as well. Now, I do love that creativity is coming out in the computer industry. Creativity is amazing. I'll be honest, I've never personally built my own. I've never personally built my own fully water-cooled rig, which is something, if I ever get the money to actually do it, I would like to give it a try just to see. Maybe I'll probably have to get some pointers off people who've actually done it previously. I'll probably have to get a few pointers. I'm willing to learn. I'm open to new things, obviously. Being open to new things, of course, I'm open to looking into new fully water-cooled rigs, and it's something that I haven't actually looked into per se lately, but it's something I think would be interesting. I mean, I've got my ATO cooler on my current machine. Maybe going a full water cooling rig could be an interesting challenge. Could be cool. And I mean, at the end of it, I take my time. I do it my way, and craft it the way I want it to be, and it could really turn into something potentially really good. So you never know. As I said, that's something I'm thinking about. But at the same time, too, as I said, I've seen there's a lot of creativity coming out in the PC or the gaming PC market. And it's fantastic to see that. It's fantastic to see creativity, to see people putting their own artist spin on things, you know what I mean? Or being artistic, as it were. Creative and artistic. So, I mean, at the end of it, a lot of that stuff is looking really cool. Not just that, but I mean, some of the potential future stuff. As I said, I've watched Linus Tech Tips and a lot of these other different channels, and I've seen a lot of the stuff they do. It's always interesting. I mean, I wish I had half the budget that they did. I would love to do some of the things that they end up doing. Because to be honest, these things are quite, they're quite interesting. I mean, they're not crappy by any means, and they really complement things, Now, look, I mean, I'm far from perfect. I've got some learning curves to get around with some things. I don't fully know fully water cooled. Some things I guess I could work on in the sense of what water cooling or particular things I wanted to learn about. I mean, as I said, I'm an open book when it comes to things. I don't mind learning new things. I don't mind opening my mind to the possibilities of future potential stuff that could be interesting, projects or otherwise. And I try to be open-minded. Well, I do. I honestly try to be as open-minded as I possibly can. Because the truth of the situation is, if you close your mind to things, you never truly experience the world. It's just how it is. So, I mean, at the end of it, look, there's a lot of fascinating technologies coming out. There's the self-driving car that I saw, which I think was on Barnacle channel, which was fantastic, by the way. What did he end up doing? Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, he showed the Tesla car, which looked fantastic. Some of the stuff that thing could do was fucking amazing. I mean, it's still in the building stage, and most of that stuff is in the building stage or in the process of being built and developed, of course. But it's just amazing. I'm quite amazed, and I'm quite not just amazed, but it shows the ingenuity that human beings have, It shows the level of creativity that human beings are willing to go to, Yeah, it's just cool. It's interesting, and it's cool, and it's something to potentially look towards in the future. And especially a lot of a lot of these technologies are amazing these days, So, I don't know whether I actually did a review on my modem. Because the box is in the corner there. I'll see if I can actually get the box. Oh, silly me. Oh, dear. Right, so what I ended up getting, or the new modem I ended up getting, was a AC1600 VDSL ADSL modem router, which is a Netgear. Nice little piece of kit, and I don't remember. I can't remember whether I did a specific review on it, but there's a lot of little optimizations I like. You got your own phone app as well. That's fantastic. QNS for smooth HD streaming and gaming, of course. That's always fantastic. VDSL, ADSL, which is always good. I mean, I have ADSL and ADSL 2. Proto controls. I mean, look, all this stuff is amazing, you know? As I said, it's a lot of amazing technology to go into such a small... Well, it's not that small, but I mean, it seemed a bit small on my desk anyway, but... It's quite a fantastic router. I've been pretty happy with the week so far, and I'm pretty happy with the end result of it actually and how it works. I've had a little slowdown here and there, but I think it's mostly related to my internet being crappy at times. Oh my god. It would just be nice if I could crack my neck, you know, because it's sort of fucked at the moment. Oh my god. My neck is killing me. This is like the fucking... Yeah, the massage thing is sort of helping, but it's like, I need to just crack my neck like a release an air bubble or something like that. It's fucking stupid, but... sorry, I have to massage the top of my head. Ow! Oh my god, that hurts. But it's a good pain. Sometimes there's a good pain and there's a bad pain. When you... Well, I'll be honest, some people say there's a fine line between pleasure and pain. I have to totally agree with that. Sometimes there is in certain situations. So, I mean, at the end of it, look, fantastic technology. I love some of the stuff and innovations that human beings are coming out with these days. And the whole human race should be proud of the way that we've innovated and moved on with technology so much. It's come to a development point that we've got to, and like, you know, fuck, we're really getting there now. We're really actually doing a good job. And wow, some of the technology I'm seeing... Let's see. I've seen a lot of stuff on Indigo and things like that and Kickstarter, which a lot of that new technology looks interesting and the concepts are great. I mean, some of it could be a bit flawed, and obviously it's whether it's the actual prototypes are going to end up actually working at the end of it. But, you know, I mean, people are going for what they need to go for, and people are trying to create this technology. They're trying to create the stuff that, you know, the stuff that's simply out there, you know. It's amazing. The conclusion that I've come to, though... Oh, my God, my neck. Oh. Oh, my neck. Ah, my neck. Oh, my back. It's not my hip, it's one thing. Oh, God. I'm trying to figure out if I need a new one. So... ultimately, the question that I have to ask myself and ask the world is why? Why is all this technology? Well, why are we coming so far now? I mean, it's a sense of just the the whole human race is standing up to things and just standing alongside things, and standing alongside technology a lot better than we used to. And I guess we're seeing the benefits of it in the long run, you know. So that's the main thing, pretty much. Which is fantastic. It's beautiful. That's a great thing to see that is happening. Now, at the end of it, you know, I'm not... I mean, okay, I recently got an Xbox One, as you may note in some of my recent videos. Been mucking around with that. That's not a bad piece of technology either. So far, I'm pretty impressed. So far, I'm pretty happy with the games that I've been playing on it, the stuff I've been doing on it, and I'm not going to argue too much with it. I'm going to say that it's a pretty nice console. I didn't go PS4. The reason I didn't go PS4, I don't know. I was a PS1 and a PS2 guy, but PS4 just didn't really suit my situation and didn't really work for me, to be truthful. So, you know... at the end, I sort of stand at the point and think, well, okay, you know, things happen, but... no, sorry, I've lost the tangent on that one. It's fucking... I don't know, it's looking interesting and the technology is looking amazing. Fucking... why is this thing not turning on? Oh, seriously? Fucking... Oh, itchy nose. Itchy nose. Oh, that's better. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. There we go. See? Now, it's interesting how you say that. Now, this remote wasn't working. This remote has a tendency to occasionally just pop out and not power on at all. Percussive maintenance, as I like to call it. Occasionally hitting something will actually make it work properly. I mean, you don't necessarily smash the shit out of it, but occasionally hitting something on the desk or just, banging it will actually get it to work. Now, see, this is the weird part. As I said, occasionally, and the truth of the situation is percussive maintenance does sometimes actually work. That's the truth of the situation. So let's turn that off because I turned on the heat. My accident. That one, yeah, that'll work. So, at the end of it, percussive technology is amazing. That's it. Well, not percussive technology, God. Percussive maintenance can be an amazing thing in certain situations, especially when you want to get a particular thing working, whether it be, for example, the phone smashing the jukebox and it actually works. Now, I mean, I don't know, as I said, sometimes it's surprising how often things work and how often things fall into place if you just let them basically in a given situation. So, anyway, I think I'll leave it there. Thank you very much, YouTube. As per usual, stay tuned. I've got more videos coming up. I don't know what I'm going to have coming up, though. I'll probably have a combination of stuff. Trying to relax, trying to chill, I'm trying to relax a little bit, to be honest, because I'm thinking of all new technology and everything else. I've been watching some technology videos on and off, been learning some things. I've also been just relaxing as well, mostly over these last few weeks, just mainly because of the holidays and stuff, so... So anyway, stay tuned, I got more coming up. Yeah, so thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't. Like, favorite, and subscribe, of course. Wow. Heartburn. Yeah, so like, favorite, and subscribe. Like, favorite, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more, obviously. There's going to be heaps coming. You can also contribute to my Patreon campaign, PayPal donation link, and what's the other one? I think it's like G2A Gold Mine or something like that. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. I've got tons of stuff coming up. I just don't know what it's going to involve at this point. Alright, thank you very much, and catch you. Bye. Oh, well, I should probably actually, yeah.